We're going to Starved Rock State Park.
Come with us to Starved Rock State Park, located about 90 miles southwest of Chicago. It's about a 1.5-hour drive from the city, making it a great destination for anyone wanting a quick escape from the everyday hustle and bustle. We drove in on a Sunday afternoon in the middle of April on a very beautiful, warm, and sunny day. There are several places to park, but we usually just like to park by the visitor center. Here you'll find the information desk, gift shops, and concessions, and you can use the restroom and even sign up for guided tours as well. They're open daily from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Before we ventured off for our hike, we made a quick stop at the Illinois River where we saw others there fishing, hanging out, and having lunch in the picnic area. The Illinois River stretches about 273 miles across the state of Illinois, ultimately joining the Mississippi River near Grafton. After checking out the river, we made our way to the trail, ready for a full day of walking and climbing. The boys got excited when they noticed a huge flight of stairs ahead. These stairs are part of the park's trail system, which connects various points of interest within Starved Rock, including canyons, overlooks, and the historic lodge. Just make sure that you're prepared to climb though. There are approximately 150 steps to go up, and let's just say I was a bit winded when we got all the way to the top.
You gotta speed up.
I know. The view from the top is absolutely stunning, located on a bluff overlooking the Illinois River and the scenic woodlands. Along the trails, you'll find informational markers in the form of text and images that provide insight into the park's geology, ecology, and the park's history. We walked on the opposite end of the lodge, which led to additional parking lots, and after we saw that there was really nothing there for us, we decided to turn back around and go back down the stairs that we had just came from. Now, as you might imagine, going down the stairs was much easier than going up. Not to say that we weren't tired, because we sure were, and luckily we brought a bunch of ice-cold water bottles with us, and trust me, you will need a lot of water and hydration when you get here. Once we got back down, we walked past a small picnic area and headed for the Starved Rock section of the park. One thing I do appreciate is that they have signs everywhere you go so that visitors don't get lost. And in a park that's this big, it's pretty easy to get lost. We then headed to the heart of the park, which is known as Starved Rock. It's a second set of steps that we saw on our way, and luckily this set of stairs wasn't as big as the last one. But at the top here, there's places to sit so you can sit and rest and just overlook the beautiful scenery below. After we rested for a few minutes, we got back on the trail here at the Starved Rock area and walked around on the trail. And just like other parts of the park, the view from here was absolutely gorgeous, and we loved seeing the Illinois River from so high up. While here, you can also expect to see large-scale maps and educational signs detailing the characteristics of the canyon and other natural formations that you're observing. After we got down from the Starved Rock area, we looked for a map and we decided to go the opposite direction, this time to the French Canyon. However, while we were walking, we looked and really couldn't find it this time, although I do remember finding it last time, so maybe that's for a future video. During our hike, we went over several bridges that looked just like this that were on top of mini creeks and mini rivers, and it was just really relaxing and calming to do so. Starved Rock covers an area of approximately 2,630 acres, and it's renowned for its stunning geological features, including sandstones, canyons, seasonal waterfalls, and lush greenery. Now keep in mind, we got here in April, so there wasn't as much greenery, and I will say that there was a lot of mud everywhere. My shoes were completely messed up at the end of this trip, but it was worth it. As far as the waterfalls go, because we didn't actually get to the canyon that we wanted to see, we didn't get a chance to see it. However, we were told by others that were at the park that there wasn't that much of a waterfall this time because there wasn't that much snow this year. You see, the waterfall counts on snowfall from the previous season in order to actually be there. And in this case, it just wasn't. Fun fact about Starved Rock is that it gets its name from a Native American legend of tragedy and survival. According to the legend, a group of Illinois were besieged atop the park's prominent butte by rival tribes. leading them to eventually starve, which gave the park its current name, Starved Rock. This story, whether it's a myth or fact, reflects the area's deep historical and cultural significance, which adds an intriguing layer to the beautiful and rugged natural landscape that visitors get to enjoy today. Although I was sad that we didn't get a chance to make it to the Wildcat Canyon or the LaSalle Canyon, both of which are really beautiful, I did still love the hike, even though it was pretty muddy. So don't make the same mistake we did and come in April, because there's usually a lot of rain and a lot of mud. Also, be careful because there's a lot of plants that hide some poison ivy within them that we don't necessarily see. So if you have small children, just be mindful of that. We walked down this beautiful pathway, which is right next to the river, and oh my gosh, you guys, 10 out of 10 recommend. As we kept walking down the trail of this beautiful scenery, we ended up coming across a mini sandstone canyon. A lot of people were hanging out here, taking pictures. I even saw some people carving their name in it. It was really beautiful. I actually stopped to take a picture of Robert, my youngest. There's so much to do at Starved Rock, and visitors can engage in a variety of activities, with hiking obviously being the most popular option. And a lot of the trails lead, like you saw earlier, to breathtaking overlooks and through the many canyons. And for families with small children like mine, the easier hikes are found around the main rock that we first went to. And those are much more manageable for children, and they still provide really awesome views of the Illinois River. Now, besides hiking, obviously, there are other things to do, and it's a great place to do some bird watching, particularly for eagle watching during the winter months. Now, I have never been here during the winter months, but maybe that's something to consider in the future. Now, if you are planning a visit here, here are some of my top tips. You want to arrive early to avoid crowds, especially during peak seasons and weekends. You want to make sure that you wear comfortable hiking shoes and appropriate clothing for the trails. Bring plenty of water, like I mentioned earlier, snacks, and sunscreen, as shade can be limited on certain trails, especially if you come in the spring like we did. Check the park's website for updates on trail closures and parking availability, as these can impact your visit. We unfortunately didn't arrive early, so we missed a lot of what we originally came to see, but we still had a good time.
We have been hiking, and we didn't find the Starved Rock area with the big waterfall, but we still got a really good workout in and a really great hike. We did not get to where we want to go. Ivan, did you have fun so far on the walk? Tiring,
Yeah.
right? Very tiring. But so if you're going to come here, you better plan out for the whole day. There's a lot of trails here to check out.
Thanks for joining us on our mini trip. Stay tuned for the next one.